Exclusive to Headliners.
A 10-goal first quarter here at Arena Joondalup in the second last round of the home and away season. 10 goals scored, but 8 of them scored to the left of screen by the team with the breeze, West Perth. They started very well, Ken. They kicked 2 goals in 3 minutes, 3 inside the first 9. Then a bit of a stalemate. Swans got on even terms, but they blew it open in kicking 4 goals beyond the time-on period.
Well, they did, and they really made the most of their opportunities. West Perth in that quarter had some good ball transference from half-back through the middle of the ground. Had some winners up forward in Salakis, Lacroix, Warnock. Duckworth looked dangerous early in the quarter. He took that a bit of a spell on the sideline. But, I mean, when you look at that score, you sort of think, well, they've really dominated West Perth. Yes, they did on the scoreboard. I wasn't unhappy with the Swan District's effort there. I'd be surprised if, I mean, Steve Turner wouldn't be happy. Well, wouldn't be happy with the scoreboard, but would be pretty happy with the endeavour his players showed.
No, they were pretty good. Probably what they didn't want is their goals to come from a half-back.
Wayne Blackwell there, whose son is following in his footsteps. Luke playing for Carlton. Wayne Blackwell, an assistant out of Bassendean to Steve Turner. There's the goal scorers in the first quarter. Lacroix, Salakis and Warnock getting 2 apiece. Smith and Sharp. Matthews Herald kicking 2 goals in a purple patch at the 13 and 17 minute mark in that first term. The leading possession winners for West Perth. Well, Mark Lacroix, that's a good start, on target for 40 disposals if he can keep it up. And the finish was good too. 2 goals off his right boot. Sharp snapping 1 off his left. He had a dozen disposals in that first term. Britton 7, most of them wide out on the outer wing. Salakis making the most of his opportunities. Two goals from 3 kicks. Lascog worked hard. And Warnock and Campbell, the 2 big men inside 50. Warnock did have a spell on the ball. The Swan District's Piani, a very courageous mark. 7 disposals in that first term. The Johnson pairing, Trevor and Michael, seeing a fair bit of the footy. Shane Barros, and also at the bottom of the page, the veteran Cornelius and Matthews Herald. Those 2 goals from just 3 kicks he had in that first quarter. Interesting, a half-back flanker, and 2 of his kicks came deep inside the attacking 50. And he finished with 2 goals. It all adds up to look like this. You can see 10 more kicks, 4 more handballs, 4 more marks, 7 more handballs. So they've used the ball far more plentifully, West Perth, with the breeze in the inside 50s, 19-9. If you look at that raw stat, it's not surprising that it's 8 goals to 2 in favour of the Falcons. 19-9 inside 50s.
Oh, well, it is. That's huge. And as I said, they've made the most of their opportunities. 10 scoring shots from 19 times in there. So, I mean, that's a pretty good effort by West Perth. But West Perth have certainly come here today to sort of erase the disappointment of last week, and they've started accordingly with good intensity. But as I said, I mean, I haven't been disappointed with Swans' intensity so far either. It's a big quarter for Swans now. I mean, we'll really see where they're at. They either make some impact on this lead, or they could actually, fall right away, and that's the real key point, especially early in this second quarter, I think.
Well, let's find out what Todd Curley is saying early on in the huddle. Rod Willett.
Yes, well, all smiles from the West Perth camp here at the moment, Glenn. Todd Curley just going through probably the basics at the moment about retaining the ball, kicking it, hitting targets, and just backing each other up and playing as a team. So just going through all those at the moment. You've got to be happy when your side kicks 8 goals in the first quarter.
Indeed. I just wonder now, Ken, you've got a break of 37 points. Rod Willett mentioned in the first quarter whether Steve Turner would be tempted to drop a man or 2 back. I wonder if Todd Curley would think that even early on in this term.
Well, I wouldn't have thought he'd start like that, Glenn, but I would have thought if they got an early goal or 2, Swans, you might see him drop some players behind the ball. I think with the way they're playing, they probably need to go in with a positive mindset of, look, we're 6 goals in front, let's just continue to attack. If they manage to sneak a couple early, Swans, you might just drop a couple of players up behind the ball just to clog things up a bit.
There is Todd Curley, who is in the rather unique situation of coaching his brother. Adam is out on the field playing his 161st game today for the Falcons.
Yep, he's played every game too, Adam Curley. He's been very good this year.
It's not often that you see that. Siblings, one coaching and one marshalling the back line. Todd Curley and Adam Curley both had that flexibility. Well, Adam Curley still does, but they often used to be thrown from one end of the ground to the other, whether it was under the likes of Harris or Dimmer, whoever was coaching at the time. But at the moment, Adam Curley is in defence in this first term. Robert Warnock, what were his, for a man, I'm not too sure what his stats are, but you'd have to think he'd be over 200 centimetres tall, or very close to it, and yet both goals as a result of plucking the ball off the ground.
Well, they were, and the sort of goals you expect from players much smaller and much more agile, and he showed great agility in both those efforts.
I wonder if he might want to put some meat on the bones. He's like many young ruckmen. there's not a lot. Well, there's a lot of him vertically, but not a lot horizontally.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, look, he's a young and developing player, so he's, you know, I'm sure a player that Fremantle will be looking at with having a good future going forward, especially when you consider someone like Justin Longmuir, who's obviously got a knee problem. Whether that's a long-term thing, I don't know, but certainly another year or two down the track, a kid like Warnock could be pushing up for a game there.
I won't include you, Ken, but Todd Ridley and I have actually got the opposite problem. Too much horizontal and not enough height.
Thanks, Glenn. 205 centimetres, Warnock, and
so
only 80 kilos he's listed.
So that's 6 centimetres, 2 and a bit inches shorter than Aaron Sandler's.
Yeah.
So he mightn't have fully grown as yet as well. So he might be someone to keep an eye on. Let's go down to Steve Turner, the Swan District's coach. He's with Rod Willett.
Steve, I thought Swans were going to hold up the West Perth run there, but they really got it in the end of the quarter on you, didn't they?
Yeah, it just broke away a few times. You know, I think we got drawn to the ball and allowed them to sort of zone off a little bit. And if you win the 50-50 contest in that regard and they get away, then they got some run, and that's what happened in the last 10 minutes.
What have you got to do now? Man up and be accountable?
Yeah, just to be a little bit tighter and accountable in the contest. You know, we had enough of the ball and we just got to shut their run down.
What do you think the win's worth?
I don't think as many as that, but hopefully we can pick it back.
Good one, mate. Thank you.
Yes, it's not quite cyclonic. It's not worth 6 goals. There's an idea of how tall Warnock is alongside Salikas. He's head and shoulders taller as they walk down to the goal square at the southern end. Well, we'll get a bit of an idea of what the breeze is worth now, because the teams have, of course, swapped ends. And Swans manufacture a brilliant spurt on the scoreboard in the second term. Adam Lang is in the centre square in support of Krieger. He goes at it with Coonan. Coonan palms it down. Chance in there for Liam Maguire. Squeezes a kick away in a hurry out towards half forward. Lascott bats the ball away towards the boundary line. Clayton Lascott, recruited in the 1999 national draft by the Kangaroos.
Yeah, I'd like to see Adam Lang go forward. They don't really have many goal-kicking options, and he's one player who actually can kick goals, but he's still in the midfield.
Yeah, it's just a reminder, no Chris Maguire again this week. Roberts got it to the aforementioned Lang, who feeds it off to Barros. Bounces a left-footer inside 50. Piani fell over, but still had time. The hand pass too slick for Lang, who has to go back and find it. That won't be 15 metres. Knocked away by the fist of Curley to Barros, to the ruckman Krieger. It's a hard delivery for your forwards. Deep towards the pocket, back with the flight and with courage was Roberts. Will Sharp force her behind? He will. The opening score of West Perth's making, putting it beyond Swan District's behind line. And quickly get on with it, which is the modern day trend with the new legislation this year, to Lacroix, to the running support then of Guadnan. Kicks it beyond the centre line. Charging in Duckworth. Hasn't been the best of starts for Simon today. He pats that off in the palm. Flay held up and in fact taken to ground. Barros in there with strike. Guadnan, he might have had prior opportunity there. The umpire says he'll ball it up. Simon Duckworth's fumbled more times today than you see in a fortnight.
Whole year. Guadagnan has played his 50th game today as well.
Well, his first couple of minutes of the game, Duckworth were very, very good.
They were.
Crooked bounce. Lang hooks it down. Maguire wanted the footy. Lacroix wanted the body contact. Maguire kicks towards half forward. Piani can't take it on the tumble. Curley grabbed high whilst over the ball and a free kick to the Falcons.
Still good signs for West Perth when Duckworth and Pearce have hardly had a touch and they're up by 6 goals.
Smoker from right half back makes it awkward there for Britton with him shine. Crowd in front of us wanting a holding the ball against Swan Districts. McDonald tunnels the hand pass infield. Lang concedes more ground. And might concede a lot more as he overcooks the kick and went beyond Krieger, but Roberts there to try and tidy up with him Sharp. Roberts gets the hand pass away in the nick of time. Simpson. Barros a rare fumble. This allows Sharp in with the left boot. He goes inside 50. Haley up in front of Campbell. Salikas for his third. Unguarded goal square. He's pushed it right. So behind a piece in this second turn.
Just a few errors, nearly costing Swans another goal. Just a couple of handling errors, which you don't usually see from a couple of players who have dropped the ball.
Well, Barros had it spent before he got it, didn't he?
Yeah.
Hislop, the West Perth forwards playing a zone. Hislop goes to himself, nothing really on offer. Then goes low beyond the defensive 50. Through the hands of Simpson. Krieger, fresh air shot. That allows strike in leg. Should be a free kick, and it is. Andrew Strike, who warmed the bench in the opening minutes of the game, kicks the Falcons inside 50. Back with courage, Duckworth. If he had have left it, his teammate Salikas on the lead probably would have marked it. Barros with the footy now. Tremendous courage, though, as the kick goes out wide and will be thrown in.
It certainly was. He's up and he's okay, Simon Duckworth. A terrific effort. Actually thought he might have held the mark. Here we see in replay, Salikas coming through, Duckworth coming back. No, definitely not. Geez, he was lucky he didn't knock
damage,
knock himself out there. Nearly copped his own knee in the head.
Not sure how the Russian judge would have marked that one. It was an elegant landing. Krieger taps it down to no great advantage. Wood is over the ball, tries to play tunnel ball with it. Umpire lets it go on, but not for any longer. You can have a ball up. Neither team with a goal, behind a piece in the opening 4 minutes. Pleasant in the sun. Cool in the shade of the grandstand with that breeze. Krieger got his man Coonan underneath it. Kicks it into the path of Michael Johnson, but with the pressure from Hunt, it's over the line. Boundary throw in right in front of the scoreboard, which has us at that quarter time margin of 37 points to the good of the Falcons. Lacroix, close quarters give off to Hunt. Campbell went past it. Hislop, Barros right on the boundary line, wriggles out of the Duckworth tackle, turns into one from Sharp. It's a hurried kick away and a good mark by Lacroix. McDonald not hiding to nothing. The ball was sat up above his head. Lacroix had the run at it. Salikas there not quite leading as the kick comes to Flay. Flay now out wide. Sharp's made himself available. Goes inside 50. Salikas on the lead. Not paid the mark or the free kick against Miles. And Roberts to tidy up.
The umpire went for his whistle there and then put it away.
Chorus of boos in front of us as Roberts, after a bounce, goes to the outer side. This time it's a push in the back.
That'll keep the West Perth fans.
They're allowed the advantage. Trevor Johnson takes it before Simpson takes the free kick. Lascott. Good shepherd there, by Coonan on Simpson. Bought some time and space. Lacroix with a bounce inside 50 again. Acrobatic attempt there, low down by Miles. Didn't quite come off. Salikas knocks it goalward. Shine, though, intercepts. Hand pass into the path of Lang. Bullet-like inside 50, inside the square to Simpson. Back to Lang. They come in directly towards the wing and Maguire. What's going on?
Lang actually copped one high just as he kicked the ball, which was there, definitely. But I didn't like where he's going. No. Ken, he's in the middle of the ground. He's come out to the wing. They must have moved
I think he'd run out of petrol tickets. I think he didn't actually think he wanted to get it back, and he didn't. He was under all sorts.
That was a great kick.
Trying to get a goal in the Little League.
Well, he probably shouldn't have got it back because he had two West Perth opposition right on his hammer.
Piani with the breeze. He'll get it up into the slipstream here. Has it got the carry? Wood has marked it. It's a goal or a shot on goal. Wood's marked it, and he's going to line up for a certainty. In fact, he's
kicked it. Missed that one.
No, I was actually just looking down there.
Well, I was just writing down a goal because I thought he'd certainly kick it. So it was either kicked or he was going to kick it. So
we see a replay here. It was a very good kick by Mark Piani outside the 50. That breeze is quite strong, but it was going through. But the young man from 2J.
Yeah, it's certainly marked before the line.
Wanted to make sure of it. He's just obviously turned around and just put it straight through. Which
clever. Too clever for me. Third goal to Swan Districts.
Well, they needed that one. Another couple to just put some interest into it.
We've taken about 8 minutes to get the first one.
Yeah, they need to be more direct and plentiful than that. Salisic to Hunt. Indirect footy by West Perth. Wide to the wing. They've narrowed to 31 points. Simon Duckworth, his 150th senior game today. 147 with the club and 3 with WA. Coonan up high. Taken to ground Lang. Got it into the path of Maguire. He stripped of the footy. McDonald, well-weighted hand pass to the first quarter goal scorer Matthews Herald. Kicks powerfully on the breeze. Lascott did well. Got Piani under it.
Simon Duckworth play a few games for Claremont?
Played
Yeah, that was when there was
16,
an alignment.
you're right.
Yeah.
Alignment.
So it's 131st. Thanks for picking me up on that.
Yeah, no
Todd,
worries,
that makes
Glenn.
me look really good.
Yep.
Britton kicks towards centre half forward, leaning around. Krieger, someone turn his mic off. Matthews Herald, hand passes back into the congestion. Strikes kickers blanketed. Campbell knocked it along the ground. Hunt the look away, hand pass. Can Lacroix get his third? Not a bad effort.
Great
He has. 3 goals for Mark Lacroix.
He's a class unit, isn't he, Mark Lacroix? I think you're right, Ken. If he was playing for another AFL side, he would certainly be probably in their top 22 every week.
Yeah, look, and a good finisher. I mean, when he gets in those situations, he's such a highly skilled player.
That's a tough kick from there.
Yeah, it is. That's right. But, you know, as you said, highly skilled player, uses the ball well, and great finish.
Took Swans 13 minutes to get their first goal into the Breeze. It's taken West Perth 8.
It's just not what Swans wanted. They wanted to probably put 2 or 3 on end before West Perth got one.
Well, it's a stalemate at the moment. It's 1 goal, 1 apiece. So no effect for Swans with the Breeze in the opening 9 and a bit minutes. Yet Coonan's knocked it on again. And then the kick comes out wide from Salisic. Campbell, good agility, got rid of Hislop. What's his finish line? They get 2 in a row.
Powerful kick.
35 goals this season for Adam Campbell.
That's a pretty good kick from there. I mean, the Breeze is probably blowing out, but he's just big left foot taking that in the distance. Didn't even worry him at all, Judgy.
No, it didn't. Look, and he's
very strong.
Yeah,
Look at that.
Strong player, and just stood up well on the tackle, and a great finish. And I've got to say, there is some worrying signs now for Swans.
Yeah,
I mean, they just, as you said, you'd like to have seen them get that first one and put another couple back to back, not to get for West Perth to get to the other end.
Yeah.
And that's really now popped the question of Swans.
West Perth's biggest margin of the day now, 43 points. Warnock winning it down. Cornelius slung the ground by Pearce. Salisic gets the loose ball. Hand pass away to Flay. Flay a high kick. Courage on offer again. Flying highest was Shine. Knocked it down into the path, though, of Warnock. This time the big man can't gather it off the ground. Pearce may have almost been pushed in the back. Krieger slid over the top of him. Ball is still in dispute on the attacking 50 for the Falcons. We'll have a ball up.
Yeah, I'm with you there, Glenn. I thought he copped it high, the West Perth player.
Donald last man up. A lot of players milling around this contest. Warnock wins it down. Hislop, good hands to Shine, not so good hands. Pearce intercepting for West Perth, but he can't break away with the footy. Cornelius, in the end, wrestled it off him. Still a bounce, or a ball up. Yeah. In fact, it will be a bounce. The umpires found a good little portion of turf there. Warnock, majestic leap, got it down to Strike, who gets it to Sharp. Sharp runs to 35 across the face of a hind. 1 goal, 1 for Ben Sharp.
Yeah, well, he is an exciting player, Sharp.
Well, that's a terrible kick.
Oh.
Yep, Cornelius, though, able to win the day and bounces it probably where he wanted to, just inside the line.
I thought the umpire was going to call deliberate then.
Adam Lang gone forward, guys, but it takes away a fair bit from Swans midfield when he's up there.
Yeah, they're very inexperienced up forward, though, Rod. That's the problem. But, you know, he's kicked 30-odd goals this year, so they've got to try and find goals from somewhere.
Warnock palms it down. Matthews Herald fighting against the tide. Did well on his backside to McDonald. Through legs. Britton. Shine now with it. He's claimed and upended. We'll have a ball up. Still inside the Falcons' 50.
Well, it's no doubt he's got a few of his father's traits. He's hard at it.
Yeah, he is.
Doesn't mind putting his head over the ball.
Yeah, he's been okay, actually,
Yep.
Nathan. Left-footer, though. Brad was certainly a right-footer, my memory.
Yes, just his 3rd game of senior footy for the Black and Whites. Krieger leaning over, wins it down. Shinned away by Miles. On the end of it, McDonald to left half forward, beats the outstretched hand of Piani. 2 to beat on the ground. Beros comes in to assist and gathers the footy, goes towards Lang inside 50. He's got to trek across to the pocket to gather it. Oh, that should almost be a free kick against McKinlay. Just seemed to push Flay in the back. Lang on the boundary line, lose it, regathers it, but it'll be a throw-in.
Yeah, what happened there?
Yeah, it just looked like he pushed him straight in the back, didn't it?
McKinlay, you see on the left of screen, there's Flay.
Certainly 2 hands straight in the middle of the back.
Oh.
That uneven ground over there.
Must have
fell
been
in a hole.
Must have been a rabbit warren.
And again, the ball not coming away from the ruck contest.
Yeah, he actually cannoned him into his own bloke, which knocked Lang over.
Yeah.
Took the spare.
Yeah.
Bounce just inside 50. Swans just a goal with the breeze. 2 goals, in fact, with the breeze in this quarter. Again, it's an ugly passage. Another ball up with Roberts, the tackler, on the ground and holding the ball into Leithhead. Sorry, said West Perth.
Yeah, I didn't want to correct you again, Glenn.
No, Swans are looking to
Might
the
have
wrong
got the
side
sack.
of my page. You're heading in the right direction. Swans 1 goal, West Perth 2. And Pierce this time
Been out there
surrendering
for a while. Can't get out of that hole.
It's become a crater. McDonald hand passes along the ground. Trevor Johnson fell over. West Perth get it across to Pierce into the middle of the ground. Strike couldn't mark it. His recovery on the ground is good. But stripped at the footy. Barros from the heart of Arena Joondalup. A high left footer towards 50. Hunt a big leap. Fists the ball away. Dribbles out along the flank. Running onto it, Adam Curley. Hand passes forward to the play to the dangerous Sharp. Sharp comes inboard. Barros and Pierce flew over the back. Guadagnon, hand pass to Pierce. Pierce switches, comes across to the scoreboard wing, and a tumbling mark taken low down by Smoker.
They're just starting to run a lot harder, aren't they, West Perth at the moment?
That was intended for Duckworth, but the ruckman back in the hole. Krieger chops it off. Krieger now splits the middle of the ground towards centre half forward. Fisted away by Leithhead. Falls to Lascott. Shares the ball with Smoker. Stand, start, drop, punt to the outer side. Roberts did well. Didn't infringe on Sharp. They both go to ground. Some tunnel ball there through the legs by Roberts. Warnock again adept at ground level. Lascott checks the rear view mirror, sees there's no pressure. Saunters to the wing and then goes to half forward. Britton can't trap it. Shine over him and then wins the footy. Roberts to Matthews Herald, working right on the boundary line. Goes along the line. Not sure about the wisdom of that. Lane can't control it, a throw in.
No, you can see they're in a bit of trouble when their target up forward then. Judge, last time they went forward was Mark Piani coming on the lead out of centre half forward.
Well, he's good, Piani, but he's obviously a small player.
He is, exactly. He's not a marking player.
Shades of the Eagles, and they're using Phil Matera in that role for a while as Warnock wins the ball down in front. Again, it's trapped beneath bodies. It was a free-flowing game for a while, but the last few minutes hasn't been great. In the end, though, it's won out by Guadagnon, who gets it to Flay, to Sharp. Sharp up towards half forward. Matthews Herald shuttered beyond the ball by Duckworth, who tries to keep it alive but can't.
Yeah, you're right, Glenn. It really has just turned into a stop-start, and I'm sure West Perth would be very happy with that. Wasting valuable time with Swans kicking with the breeze.
16 minutes for a goal at the moment. Swan District's to the left of screen. West Perth kicked 8 in the first quarter. Warnock a comprehensive ruck knock, but it's taken by his opposite number, Krieger. Clears the defensive 50 to McDonald, who's seen a bit of the footy. Now Shine loops it into the centre of the ground. It's not a bad build-up. At least they're going through the middle. Maguire out wide, but the mark taken by Leithhead, who plays on immediately by hand. And clearing kick by Lascott towards the wing and strike. Strike comes along the line. Smoker back, sandwich between two, one of whom Maguire palms it down. Salikas overruns it, pushed in the back. Yeah. They're allowed the advantage. Smoker with it, goes deep into the pocket. Not Bartholomew, it's Duckworth. Hand pass to LaCroix, only ran out of room. He knew what he wanted to do, but the line was looming too quickly. He's got 3 goals, 1.
Lots of different options up forward then.
Kick back into play is a good one, marked by Roberts. Oh dear. Intended for Nankervis, but chopped off by Leithhead to the lookalike Guadagnon to half forward. Knocked down from overhead by Britton. Again, Warnock's good on the ground. He backs out and then kicks the left footer inside, looking for Bartholomew, but in front Lang. So that move forward for Lang didn't last long. It's marked at half back.
Probably just to give him a bit of a breather, I'd suggest.
Yeah.
It's got to be in too many spots at the moment. It's too many holes in the dike from a Swans point of view. They've got to win the ball in the midfield, but then they really need Lang down there to mark it when they do. This is Trevor Johnson to half forward. Good mark in front. It looked like Harper had the run at it, but Hunt stood his ground. Shovels it out to Smith, who goes very wide. Sharp is there with Trevor Johnson. Sharp favoured by the bounce. Back onto the left boot, along the line. Campbell, sport by Haley. Recovery good. Hand pass knocked down though. Lang gathers. Campbell gathers him. And we'll have another ball up.
It's just become a bit stagnant, hasn't it, the last 5 minutes or so?
Just looking through the list, Swans have got 7 players with 10 games or less, so just not a lot of experience. And Steve Turner just doesn't have a lot of options.
And Callaghan injured and then retired, and Maguire out for various reasons. Talon Ames injured.
Yeah.
It's making it tough for them.
You need your best players out there playing, don't you?
You certainly do. Yep.
Makes a coach look good, doesn't it? If you've got a good list.
Well,
right.
he has been signed up for 2 more years, Steve Turner, so they do believe in.
Yeah, but it really does. It's often coaches can be made to look very bad by virtue of injury problems, and conversely look good. Now, Roberts' kick bounces past a couple, but not Lascock, who gives to the coach's brother. Adam Curley corralled in by Pearce and Nan Kerville, forced to go defensively by hand. Lascock kicks into the middle of the ground. That is a good kick. Marked by Bartholomew. Plays on by hand to Guadinin, whose disposal wasn't great. Allows Swans to force a neutral ball. 45-point margin. Danny Davini there looking on, who's now the
dashing Danny Davini.
Now the new media assistant down at Fremantle Footy Club, taking the place of Mark White. So no doubt we'll be speaking to him a lot in the months ahead as Warnock kicks over the centre line. Off hands Michael Johnson. Hand pass to Josh Roberts. Roberts goes long and direct. Out comes Nan Kerville. Knocks it down towards Lang. No one wants to tackle him. Sharp does in the end. Got a hand pass away. Bartholomew. Sockers off the ground. To the advantage of Lacroix, who paddles it up. Gathers from left half back. He kicks towards Duckworth. He has the better recovery as it cleared both himself and Matthews Herald, who couldn't stop him with a lunging tackle, and he finds the chest of Campbell on 50. West Perth having the answers as Warnock is coming off for a spell, and the other big man, Coonan, about to go on. We're about to tick into time on. Pearce on the lead. A short one, which was aborted.
Thinks he can have a shot. Well, actually, after his last kick, that big left foot, he might not be out of his range.
Yeah, it's a difficult kick from there.
Yeah. In he comes. Makes pretty good contact, but it's going to fall pretty sharply into the breeze, and McGregor. Up he goes and takes the mark.
Good effort.
Freddie's got it on the last line of defence. No one standing the mark. Now Pearce saunters in. Harper offering a lead, but he comes the opposite side to Miles, who's lurking on the boundary line. Now Maguire wants it. He goes more central than that. Go to Haley. You can hand pass to Maguire if he wants to, but he opts to use his boot. Goes to the attacking 50. Piani in front. Lascock. Bartholomew fell over. Didn't panic. Neither did Leithhead. Hand pass missed Lascock. Tries to follow up with a paddle to Lacroix. He's well tackled, taken to ground. In the end, Guadinin, or Leithhead it was, got it out. Lacroix couldn't control it. Here's Smoker short. This is Guadinin. Edge of the centre circles. Krieger arguing the case. The umpire doesn't care. Smoker, good finish. Britain on the lead.
It's a bit of a training drill now.
Well, here's Strike in the pocket. Well-directed kick. And he's only 30 metres out.
Have a shot, son.
Andrew Strike.
They're just doing it very easily at the moment, aren't they? They're running hard, just like a Thursday night training drill.
He moves well, this young fella.
He does.
Still yet to turn 19, Andrew Strike, a product of Kareen. Lining up for his first. Started the game on the bench. And he reads the breeze beautifully. A goal to West.
Yeah, it's a goal.
Perth, what's going on here? Fancy that was a goal.
I certainly think it was a goal from where I was.
To behind.
Oh,
gee.
I don't think the goal umpire moved across quickly enough to know, and I think he had some doubt.
It did swing very late, didn't it?
I thought it was a goal.
I reckon
I
it
thought it was a
swung
goal.
mainly
I thought it
after
went straight through the middle, actually.
It swung after it had gone. Here we're getting it.
Gone over the line.
Did most of its work after it had gone beyond the line, I reckon.
Yeah.
It's in the crowd almost.
That's a goal.
He was a bit tardy out of the blocks. Michael Johnson's not. He runs onto the ball on the outer wing with a bounce. Goes long and low to the chest of Casson, the former Falcon. We moved with brother Liam. This is Damien. They both headed across to Bassendean a few years ago. Liam has since retired as he goes to Lang, who takes the mark. 35 out from goal. This will be just their second, potentially, in 23 minutes with the breeze.
Oh, they've been hard work Very hard work to come by, hasn't it?
Yeah, I've got to say that, you know, really there's a fair bit of reliance on Lang, Adam Lang, to contribute for him, and he's having a go. We've seen him get possessions down the back. Now he's gone forward and taken a mark.
They need
not through lack of effort of his, is it?
They need 2 or 3 Adam Langs at the moment as he shoots from 35, and they do get their second of the second term.
Yeah, you wonder with the Chris Maguire thing, you know, we've been told that it is a disciplinary thing. It's really penalising the side. And
he's playing for Collingwood, he'd still be out there.
Yeah. Not touching that.
Hope Nick doesn't hear that. He won't be talking to you.
Yeah. That wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah. Oh, no, but it's right. I mean, if the players can't conform with what you're doing as a team, you can't.
Yeah.
You know, and the players shouldn't be dirty on the executive for making that decision. They should look at him and on the player and say, mate, you've let us down.
Yeah. That's a coach's perspective, Ken. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Ball bounce back in the middle. Krieger got a fingertip to it, but it's taken away by Smoker with the right boot up towards half forward. Campbell marks on the chest. Adam Campbell, he won't take a shot this time. He's on the centre square, or the man on the mark is. He kicks laterally to Pearce. Pearce easily brushes aside McDonald, goes inside 50. Salikas a little bit tentative. May have been nudged then by Miles. Duckworth, good hand pass to Lacroix. Lacroix gives it off in turn to Salicic. Salicic runs to 20 and misses. Good build up. Some quick hands.
Very good.
Combine very well, those two all the time. Number 2 and 3. Taking
the play to the outer side. Miles marks and then goes to Pearce, who can't control it.
Well, Steve Turner's certainly making a lot of changes, but he just can't get the mix right at the moment.
Boundary thrown on the outer side. Coonan hooks it over the back. Duckworth to Smoker. Gets onto that left boot. Puts it up into the breeze. Fisted away down there by Michael Johnson. Lands with Hislop. Gossip has a bit of time. Good pick up on the outer side by Roberts. Steps inside the would-be tackle there of Leithhead. Arrogantly took a bounce and then kicks it too powerfully. Although Nankervis is a chance right near the boundary line. He's held up